when we say paticca samutpada is equal to Buddha is equal to Dhamma, separately it has been said, yo pasyati paticca samutpada pasyati Dhamma, yo pasyati Dhamma, yo pasyati Buddha. So, how, I forgot the question.
That's okay. So your question is how to understand paticca samutpada and paticca samutpanna overall.
Yeah, so no, my question was, we take paticca samutpada negatively, most probably.
Yes.
Not mostly. That we have to cut paticca samutpada cycle. We have to cut it. So when we cut it, there is no paticca samutpada in Arhat. So there is, how can there be Buddha? There can be Dhamma. That was.
Okay.
PS is negatively we are taking.
No, that is a very good question. So it's nice. I appreciate it. So first, let's understand what is the statement, what is the saying of the Buddha when asked in the Mahaparinibbana Sutta. So he says, Ānanda asked, how do I see the Buddha? Yo mam pasati so dhammam pasati. This is one statement, and that's it. Along with Sariputta, there is the same thing in the Hatta-pamoda Sutta. In that sutta, there is this question about how to experience, and the experience, how to experience Dhamma. So, yo Dhammam pasati, so paticca samutpadam pasati. This is what is the answer in two separate instances. Yo mam pasati, so dhammam pasati is one. Yo paticca samutpadam pasati, so dhammam pasati is second. Now what we can do is we can club it and say that paticca samutpada is equal to Buddha teaching or Dhamma. Now then the question arises, if it is so, then what is Nirodha? If there is Nirodha, then there is nothing called paticca samutpada cycle. If there is no paticca samutpada cycle, then what happens? Then there is no Buddha teaching is required. And the answer is yes. Why? In the Mahatanhakaya Sutta, Sankhya Sutta, Buddha asked this question: are you taking my Dhamma to be something to be preserved? He says, they say no. Have you understood you have to use it like a raft to cross the river and not to hold on to it?
Arhat is not Sekha.
Not Sekha.
And people leave Buddha also, right? You said that Pancha, Bhagya.
Correct. They go away, go over. Because they...
Once...
Yes. See, once you are corrected, why do you require anything?
Even Buddha.
Even Buddha for that matter. You don't require anything. See, because if you hold on to something, is upadana. Upadana pachaya bhava. Bhava pachaya jati. Jati pachaya jara marana soka parideva dukkha domana supaya sambhavanti. Now the problem we are creating for ourselves is that I will hold on to the Buddha Dhamma. Okay, then you will never be an Arhat. Yes, you are an Anagami, agreed. You don't have Kamachanda, you don't have Vyapada, but you have 5 higher fetters. Forget the lower fetters. What has been cut is only 5 lower fetters. So you die, rather in my case, if I were to take it, I die as a Sekha. That means I require, see now the question comes, you know what, you are not coming into the womb existence, but you are going to spend time. When an opportunity is given to you to liberate completely, why should you have a residual thing? It's not required. If I fail as an Arahat, the next standing ground is Anagami. If I fail as an Anagami, the next standing ground is a Sakadagami. If I fail as a Sakadagami, then the next standing ground is Sotapanna. That's how it is. It's not like this that's the reason the last words of the Buddha also is Appamadena Sampadeta. So the answer to your question is, Should I drop Buddha Dhamma? Yes. After you become a Sekha, it's not required. So you don't have to refer to any suttas, you don't have to do anything. If somebody asks a question, then you do it. If nobody asks any question to you, nothing is required because you don't exist. So there are two concepts before we go further. Astitva, na stitva. This is how a person will go into two extremes. Astitva means I exist. Na stitva, I don't exist. So the ubho ante, this is one anta, this is another anta. Always the being goes to two extremes. So I will do lot of austerity, which is one extreme. Or I enjoy the senses is another extreme. This is annihilationist view. This is sasattavada view, that I need to please the God. I need to do something. I need to show that I'm dedicated to it. I'm in total surrender. I'm into bhakti. I'm into that. That is kila matanu yoga. And this is kama sukhalukanu yoga. And both are hino gammo pottu janiko. Pottu, like I was explaining to Ashutosh, what is the meaning of potta or prutha in Sanskrit and potta in Pali? Prutha means unknowing. A person who doesn't know, or a being who doesn't know. If you were to ask Luke, who is born to Ariu, and ask him, hey, Luke, are you Luke? He'll smile. And then he'll say, that is Pattu. Prutha in Sanskrit. Jana, person. So when we break that up, you get unknown person who doesn't know what it is. It's like somebody has been covered up, his eyes completely tied, and they tie him up, tie hands and legs. Then they throw him somewhere, like in Siberia, and they open his eyes and hands and legs. And the first few moments, he absolutely has no idea where is he. And that experience happens to us every night. When you wake up, somebody wakes you up, it takes some time, some seconds, to feel that, this is my home. And hence that state of the chitta is pattajana. It doesn't know where it is going, where it is heading to. It doesn't even know. Is it heading towards lower realm? It doesn't know. Is it heading to the same realm as it is? It doesn't know. Does it know it's going to the higher realm of existence? It doesn't know. So that's the reason it's called Prutajana in Sanskrit and Pattajana in Pali. And both means the same, unknown. Okay. Unaware. And that is the starting point of the Paticca Samutpada Avijja. Because that person is having avidya. Now what sankhara is he creating? I am the father. So he becomes a father. I am the son. Okay, son. I am friend. Okay, friend. I am this. I am that. I am a technical consultant. I am this. I am that. You see this whole magnanimity of preparation or volitional action. So that in some places they use choices. You're choosing to be that. I've chosen to be father. I want to be the best father. I want to be the best husband. I want to be the best employee. I want to be perfect. Perfect of what? Husband. Which is a prutajana or pottajana. Because that is a name. What are you trying to achieve by a name? It's just a convention. You can never be awarded for being a best employee, except for giving some material thing like this. If I can show it, they can give me this. Ah, Vilas, your name is etched here. Oh, you're such a nice employee of ours. They say, ah, so nice. And a certificate of merit. What I can do is I can come home and put it in a nice place, showcase it, because I want to see it all the time. And that state of mind, that state of the chitta, which is completely deluded, is pratajana or pattajana. So in every sutta, almost all suttas relating to the Salaytana Vagga or Kanda Vagga and Paticsamutpada, in that you will find mentioned that they have not known the Aryas. They have not got in touch with an Arya. And he is just lost. And suddenly he gets in connection with the Arya, and immediately he becomes a Sotapanna, because he no longer can maintain Prutajana, unknowingness. So the depth of it is removing the 5 aggregates, Kanda. You see it in 5 separate forms. Form is separate, feeling is separate, this is separate, this is separate, this is separate. Even though the experience, what I'm having is, I am the form, I am the feeling, I am the perception, I am this, I am that. This is first part of the Paticca Samutpada. That is how avidya happens. So it's not like just reciting avidya paccaya sankhara, sankhara paccaya vinyana, vinyana paccaya nama rupa, like one tape recorder and clapping ourselves the 12 link formula. 12 link is not a formula. Just a second. 12 link is not a formula. 12 link is an example. It's not a formula. The formula is above. Iti imasmim sati idam hoti, imasna upada idam upajati. This being, this come to be. With the arising of this arises. Iti imasmim asati idam na hoti, imassa nirodha idam nirujjati. This not being, this does not come to be. With that not arising, it doesn't arise at all. Yes.
Yeah, so that's what we were discussing just now. That difference between PS and PSU, Paticca Utpanna. What you said is, I was actually thinking the whole 12 is Paticca Samutpada. But when we considered Jati and Jara Maranam, so the relation between Jati and Jara Maranam, the arising relation is Paticca Samutpanna.
Correct.
And all these 4, Sati, Asati, Upajjati, Nirujjati, between Jati and Jara Maranam is Paticca
Samutpada. Correct.
Right? Between
Right.
these two kind of understanding.
Yes. Yes, Ariv. Let me finish with you.
Yeah, no, I was just thinking you were saying Sotapanna broke the 5 aggregate as he. So I was thinking, to see that a name has no essence, you need to see it's made of any components. So I suppose if you can see anything is made of any amount of component, you start to see that this thing is not real because it's merely just a component. So I guess in that sense, Sotapanna broke the outmost layer,
Yes.
where it give 5 bricks, but still each brick are very strong. Yet still it's broken a little bit.
Yes. So why he is or she is called as a Sotapanna is that from Puttajana, unknowingness, is come to knowingness. He knows what he knows. He knows that there is a conditional arising and conditional departure. Right? That much he knows. So if there is a condition arising, can he name it as himself? Then he becomes conditioned. So now he can see there is nothing called as he or I or anything. It's just a condition. You give a condition, it arises. You don't give a condition, it doesn't arise. Now, yes, 1 second. So it breaks his his illusory nature to a great extent that he can see it as separated. He feels anatta for once, and that is such a feeling that it cuts three fetters. The first fetter is the Visikiccha, second fetter is Silabitta Paramasa, the third fetter is this experience itself, which is Sakkaya Ditti. Because what is the meaning of Sakkaya Ditti is Sat plus Kaya plus Ditti. Sat is existence. Kaya is the collection. Ditti is the view. That means of a view that this, whatever that is, exists in one form or the other form. It will exist. That means if I were to do something, I am going to be existing forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. So he doesn't know that it is the khandas which is making like that than he himself being like that. So now he gets introduced to the khanda way of looking at it, because you can't define anything other than the khanda anyway. If somebody were to argue, you can argue on what? I am. Oh, you are. You are. Are you Rupa? Then I can ask, are you Patavi? Are you Apo? Are you Tejo? Are you Vayo? Are you Akasa? Then he can't say yes, because he doesn't own any one of them. Because if you're owning, that means you have to own the whole earth, wherever it is. It's not. And you have to own the entire water. That you are not. Your water content in your body, if it is even a 70%, earth has a 70% of water. But your body has also 70%. Earth is bigger or you are bigger? Obviously, earth is bigger. Nothing you can say about yourself. Then we can ask, how do you get the feeling? If I feel, because I feel, okay, from where do you feel? I feel from the eye. Is that yours? Yeah, correct. I don't think so. Eye is mine, because can I control my eye? No. Can I control the object outside? No. Ear, nose, tongue, body, and the thoughts. Can you do anything about it? Nothing. When you can't do anything, how can you say it is Atta? So he's lost there. You can break that. So Vedana is gone. Then the Sanya, which we spoke about. Because when there is no Rupa at all as a father, what are you saying? What are you trying to say? That you are Vilas and you are a father? Then what happened to Vilas? Tell me, show me that. If Vilas is a father, what happened to Vilas? He's dead. Because father exists. At any point in time, the consciousness can make only one experience possible. Not all experience possible. So if the husband is, or let us say in my case, if I am standing and my son is asking me, I can't talk to him as a husband. I have to talk to him as a son. At that time, the father is dead. Then my wife comes at the same time and she asks me, I can't talk like a son. I have to talk like I can't talk like a father. I have to talk to her as husband. If I'm talking to her as husband, what happened to the father then? That fellow is dead. Absolutely dead. No doubt. Then my mother and father, they call me and I talk. Will I talk to them like a father or like a husband? No. I'm going to say, hi mother, tell me what you want. If it is mother. If it is father, immediately I'll make a father. Then what happened to the mother? Is not there. What happened to the wife at that moment? Not there. What happened to the son? Not there. What happened to the friend? Not there. What happened to the country fellow you are thinking about, Indian? That is not there. All of these are sankharas. So what are you trying to say? You are that? No, you are not. You got nothing to do with it. It's just a symbolization. Yeah, you need to give a title and a role. You give her a title and a role. And you designate. You are designated as father from today. Why? Because the child came out of your wife's womb. That's all what it is. Nothing more, nothing less to that story. Now, because I am like this, I've taken like this, I feel I am the father, I feel I am the son, I feel this, that. That at the Puttujana level is the highest, at the Sotapanna level, it is less. But that moment, he gets completely shaken up. It means he's awakened for that moment. When the asavas get stopped for that moment, and the sankharas are samatha, there are no sankharas. As a father, as a son, as a brother, as a mother, or this or that, no sankharas. Sabba sankhara samato, sabbupadi. So whatever was upadi is producing. What did you produce? Father, mother, brother, sister, friend. This is my house. This is my property. This is my thing. This is my computer. This is this. This is that. My mama car. That is gone. Mamakara is what it is. And Mamakara is what? Rupa, Vedana, Sanya, Sankhara, Vinyana. It's all that is Mamakara. There's nothing else is Mamakara. Which brings in Ahankara. I feel Aham. So Aham Asmi. The ego is coming out of these 5 khandas. So now I have understood the khanda. So what is the Paticca Samutpada doing there is that from a Pattujana standpoint, it is avidya. At a Sotapanna point, it has opened up that asava pachaya avidya. He knows there is asava, which nobody told him. Because of this experience of Sotapanna, suddenly he feels, now I know. So I have an experiential faith in Buddha Dhamma Sangha, and I know if I don't maintain it, it's going to be damaging. And hence his sila is protected. He has taken 5 sila, 8 sila, whatever that is. This is the starting point of his journey. Now, as he journeys, one day while he's sitting, he will get to see, okay, how is the birth happened? What make me to born? Let me check the Buddha teaching. And he goes to Satya Vibhanga Sutta, let's say, and then he finds mentioned by Sariputta. And Buddha says, you are the best person. Why don't you teach this? And he goes to Satya Vibhanga Sutta. I have no idea. Nobody has told him. But he starts to think, there should be a reason for the birth. What is birth in the first place? Now he finds that, okay, I understand. Okay. Birth means this. There is ja in Sanskrit and Pali means to be born. Ti is a place. Jati is to find the place of existence. Unfortunately, we don't have people who can penetrate into the etymology of terms, and that's the problem. Other than that, if you're able to do it, you should be able to get like this, how the jati happens. If jati is there, it is sanjati. That is with an intention of doing something. So the consciousness, when it's entering into the womb, already has an intention. That is, it has a bhava already of what it wants to be. So the Gandhabba knows what it wants to be, and hence it is taking birth. So now you know the Paticca Sama Utpanna. That is, Jati brings in Sanjati. And Sanjati brings in Okkanti. That means that being has entered into the womb. Womb entry is Okkanti. Then the ahara starts to be taken. So from the Gandha Abba, you are taking the ahara, Kabalinka ahara, which mother is giving. So the solidity starts to get enveloped on this. On what? Where does the solidity arise? From the food what mother is taking has all the 5. Space, earth, water, like that. So now it starts to envelop on this mental sheath, also called a spacey. Now, if anybody were to check using the scanner, you can find a small microscopic embryo. And because that woman is not menstruating, and they do a pregnancy test and say that, good news, you are pregnant. That means it's okkanti. So from jati to okkanti, it has gone through what? It has gone through anicchata, paticca samutpanna, hai dhamma, vai dhamma, viraga dhamma, nirodha dhamma. You see now what has happened. That gandhabba which was there has now encapsulated itself into the solid. So it is still outside? No, it's inside. But from the gandhabba point of view, does it feel it's inside or outside? It doesn't know. It has no idea. Because only idea it has is, I want to become this. So now, okkanti. Abhinibatti. Abhi means higher. Nibatti means is to show up. In abhinibatti states the how it should be formed. That is the whatever is called a DNA. If it's a human embryo, it will turn itself into a human looking. If it is an animal embryo, it is going to be an animal. If it is a bird embryo, it is going to be a bird. If it's an insect embryo, it's going to turn into insect. If not of these, if it's the Deva realm, it becomes immediate. That means as a youth, no small portions of coming, going, coming, going, coming, going. It's straight. So abhinibhatti in this part of the Deva is just appearing there. Just like in the Star Trek, they just, there you go. So you land, you stand in a transporter, it just transports you there, and you're there. So now, abhinibhatti happening. So now two links. What two links? Between the okkanti to abhinibhatti, it goes through transformation of nama and rupa. In the Titayatana Sutta, what Buddha says is that okkantiya sati nama rupam, nama rupa pachaya sadayatana. So now you see what is happening. If you keep on taking the two links, you can see the paticca sama utpanna within the paticca samutpada cycle. It's arising on one side and going off on the other side. That means if I say I was a child, then that embryo is not there. Otherwise, I can't be a child. Isn't it Nirodha Dhamma? It is. Whether I agree with that or I don't agree with that, but that has got nothing to do with. When they removed the placenta from my mother, the placenta did not cry, saying that, hey, what are you doing? You're hurting me. You know, I took care of your baby. Why don't you keep me? You know how hard it is for me to keep your baby? In fact, the baby is a placenta. And that is the one which took care. But that is Dhamma. It doesn't stay. It goes off automatically. When they cut the umbilical cord, what happens? The remaining thing will go inside. You can't keep it, saying that, you know what, I've come out of it, so let me keep my mother's umbilical cord. It's me. No, that's the reason it is Nirodha Dhamma. That Dhamma is Nirodha. It's gone forever. Not it is going to be there it was there and after a few days it's going to come back. No, gone forever. So now this person, whatever I'm calling as a person, is khandanam patubhav. That means the khandas, the 5 khandas are grasped, which were a continuation of the past life. Whatever is called as a past life. That just a continuation. So again, there's Rupa, this Vedana, Sanya, Sankhara, Vijnana gets merged. Ayatanam Patilabho. Now he gets into the Ayatanas, Cha Ayatana. So the question comes where the Ayatana is coming. It's coming because of Khanda. Where the Khandas are coming is because of the previous one. It is Abhinibhatti. Where the Abhinibhatti is coming is because of Okkanti. And why the Okkanti is there? Like that, if we go. Yes.
So even before the 9 months, he has not come out of the. He got the khanda, right? You mean to say?
Yes.
And khanda is prior to 6 months. But
Yes.
but he don't remember anything. So what is the use of khanda? He has no past experience, no past life.
No. That is fine. See that experience you're not having, but then if you cleanse, you will get your past lives.
And even after birth, until 3, 4, 5 years, the kid has no identity. I mean, he don't even. I don't think
It has its own identity. It doesn't have a superficial identity which gets added to it. See, the mistake what we are trying to do is that we think that the child doesn't have anything, only the adults have everything. No. If you see the child carefully, they will also have liking, they have disliking, they show tantrum. Some child doesn't do anything. Many child will do many things. Even within
That's
1
right.
year, so they will do a lot of things. Right? Why that? I have seen twins. Few days after born, they are fighting. So it's there. Maybe we can't see it that way because we always take this sanya perception. We get into perception that this is child, this is the baby, they are pure. That's a perception. But there's no baby out there.
probably they are not pure. They are helpless.
Yes, because the khandas are the ayatanas are developing, they are not developed. When the ayatanas get developed, then they start showing their way through a language, right? See, at present they don't have a language to display their emotion. So what they do, they cry, they show their what we call tantrums is nothing but their past experiences are coming with the present one. So there is a conflict between the past and the present. In past they were something, in the present they are is happening something, so they don't like what they're seeing. They don't like
So
what they're hearing.
he's adapting.
Yes, now it has to adapt to the new situation. Just like we are adapting to the new situation, they are also adapting to the new situation. So when we do that, what happens? Each one of them is paticca sama utpanna. Why? Because the 6 things are there. It is anicca, that is, it arises just to pass away one way, or it is going into a destruction mode. That is achaya, upachaya, santati, jarata, anichata. These are the 6 stages in any development. Achaya is coming up. Upachaya is growth. Santati, it stays for some time. Jarata is getting into aging. And anichata. These are the 5 stages. So instead of saying achaya, upachaya, santati, jarata, he put anichata. Because that has all the 4. So there's a upachaya period when nothing is manifested. Sorry, achaya period is there when nothing is manifested. Then upachaya, it starts manifesting. Then santati, growth or staying in a particular state. Like For few years, you don't feel aged. And slowly that starts, including a tree, a plant, creeper, animals. You'd see anything in this nature. Same, 5 stage. Now, this jarata or jirnata is what is a fear for the being. So, in the Buddha time, before the Buddha and after the Buddha, also, people tried their best to not go to the other side of it, meaning, Jara, Marana, Soka, I shouldn't have. So, they pray God, God, if you give me birth, ensure that you take care of me because I don't know. It's one side. Second side, I'll say that there's nothing called karma, there's nothing this, nothing that, and after this, then the body dies, the consciousness leaves, and there's nothing like that, so there ends it. So there's nothing like going here and coming. Only two options I have now. So 99.99999% of the people will pray God because they don't want the other side of it. Ittha bhava, anyatha bhava. I don't want anyatha bhava. I always want ittha bhava. Because I don't know this process of how did I come out. That's a fear for every. That's not a fear because as a child I don't remember anything. But as an adult, as an aged person, I remember everything. That is tremendous fear, not just fear, that is tremendous fear. I don't know what's going to happen to me. And hence, I have this problem. So, if you really dissect it and see, you will come to iti imasmim satidam hoti imassa upada idam upajjati as a formula. And once you see that formula, you stop. The mind which were hankering on it, stop. Now the question comes, at what stage does it happen? It's a stage between the sotapanna to sakadagami. In between, somewhere you'll see it and the possessive orientation goes away. Because you know nothing is worth in this world to possess. Then you are once returner because you have cut so much. That means in the chitta, it doesn't hold this view. Right? Disadvantage. Now, between the Sakadagami and the Anagami, what changes you find in between? Having seen this much, now that person has a real paticca samutpada experience. Not paticca sama utpanna experience that is already had. So now it is paticca samutpada. So now he knows the Dhamma. That means if you were to twist and turn and tell him that, make him confused, he knows exactly how is the cause for the birth and how is the cause for the death, how is the cause for this, that, in experiential way. So there's nothing anybody can fool that guy. The only problem with him is that he doesn't want to let go of the Buddha Dhamma. That's the only problem. Otherwise, he has let go of everything. Not worth it. So, Ye Dhamma Nalam Abhinivesaya has happened at Sakadagami. And here the Buddha Dhamma holding is in the Anagami. Leaving everything, including the Buddha Dhamma, is At. And hence you cut the Paticca Samutpada entirely. Now, Anagami has understood. It's an experiential understanding. Fair. Good, but not yet. You're still a sekkha. You're still learning. You are not a learned person or learned person. This is the difference. So you are right. When you have known the Dhamma, you don't require the Dhamma. When you are cured, you don't require the medicine. Medicine is only required when you are sick.
So you don't require Buddha also.
You don't require anything with no medicine. Buddha is a medicine, and you don't require any longer any medicine because your madness has gone.
As long as you hold on to paticca samutpada, you need Buddha, you need Dhamma. You need,
Exactly. So an anagami requires paticca samutpada because he is holding on to paticca samutpada. Still, he still has avidya. What avidya? He has avidya of Buddha Dhamma itself. He has a pride feeling that I know I'm Buddha Dhamma. He has a Rupa Raga. He has Arupa Raga. He has Mana. Mana is on the Buddha Dhamma, not on any normal Mana. It's on Buddha Dhamma. Yes.
So this is clear. Yo pasyati paticca samutpada pasyati Dhamma. Now yo pasyati Dhamma pasyati Buddha. If Buddha is
Now,
equal to Dhamma,
now
Yeah.
that you're going on the reverse side, it's okay, but this is how it actually works. Question is, how should I see you? You're gone. How should I see you? Is the question. Not on the this side and that side and making it completely a different way of looking at it. Now the question asked in the Mahaparinibbana Sutta is that how should I see you? How should one see you? Yo dhammam pasati, so mam pasati. Over.
correct, got it.
Right? Now what I am doing, aha, yo dhammam pasati, so mam pasati, yo paticsamutpadam pasati, so dhammam pasati. That means if I have to see the Buddha, I have to see paticsamutpada, and when paticsamutpada is not there, then where's the concept of Buddha? It is one way correct. That's the reason I told you once you're Arahat, no Buddha is required. Because you have to let go of that also. However, if you take two sentences separately and see the relationship on what basis this was said. Now Buddha is no longer there. See, in our case, we don't have a Buddha. Meaning, we can't go and ask anyone that, hey, excuse me, sir, I want to know, am I Sotapanna? And that teacher will say, how much have you donated me? I have donated you $15,000, sir. Then you're a Sotapanna. No, if he's a good teacher, what he's going to say is, go by this sutta. Yo dhammam passati, so mam passati. So as a teacher, I have to relate back to the sutta, saying that if you're a Sotapanna, this is where you're a Sotapanna.
Okay, so he's making Buddha only as a teacher.
Yes. So now, what I should do, if you are considering me as a teacher, what I should do? I should always say, like what Buddha said to Ānanda, Yo dhammam passati, so mam passati. Don't take me, take the Dhamma. That's the right approach. If you want to donate to the Sangha, not to me. You are donating to the Buddha through practice, whatever you are practicing. You are donating to the Dhamma because Dhamma is uncomparable. It cannot be measured. It cannot be said that it is of this value, that value. So whatever you think you want to give, you give. Because that will give you insight. You're holding on to something and you're just giving it off, and then when you give up, you understand the paticsamutpada. The whole idea of giving up is to break the cycle of birth and death. To do that, the dana is the first thing, first parami. So I'm doing that. Over. So Dhamma dana is the best dana. That means to say what? I am directly doing it. Not holding on to anything, not asking that, you are, I think last time you said you were going to give me $20,000. It's still not come in my bank. So until it comes, I will give you 50% of it because you have given me 10 and the 10 is pending. And he says that, Vilas, give me some time. This is not fair. I say, boss, business is business. We are in business. Business as usual, BAU. That's not the thing at all. You just give because you see Buddha, not in me, in the Dhamma. I have got nothing to do with it. So if I relate to a sutta and I say this is how the sutta is, and you are able to experience it, what did I show you? Buddha. That's it. Over. So Buddha is very smart in that way. When Ānanda asked this question, he knew it. People are going to twist his Dhamma. He said, Yo Dhammam Passati, so Mam Passati. If Dhamma is twisted, you don't see me. You will see somebody else. So I can say I am seeing, let us say, Vasubandhu. Okay. As long as you are not seeing me, I'm 100% okay with that. Oh, I am seeing Guru Padma Sambhava. Okay, take it. No, I am seeing Ajan. Okay, take it. I am seeing Buddha Gosa. Okay. As long as you are not seeing me, I'm okay with that. Because it should relate to the Dhamma. What is Dhamma? Which will not change. Sanatana. If something is changed, that means it's not. If it is meant for a particular population, it's not meant for all the other population. There's something wrong. It cannot be. It's not the Dhamma. It is fabricated Dhamma. Like I'll give an example. One of my friends had come and then he was saying that Bhagavad Gita is good and all that. I told him, fantastic. What should you be learning first in Bhagavad Gita? That was my question. He couldn't answer. I told him, the first point you should start working, if you are a true Krishna follower, is the 12th chapter, which is Bhakti Yoga. Have you followed it? There are 40 things it says. If those 40 are not there, you are not a bhakta. I think I need to do something. What something?
Yomat Bhakta Samet.
Yeah, Samet Priya. So I told in the first line is Adveshta Sarva Bhutanam Maitraha Karuna Evacha. Now you see the Maitri, Karuna, Mudita, Upekha is there in the 12th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, but it's a Evacha because there is no explanation to that. It's a prescription. It's not a drug. You have to create a drug. So all the Upanishad thing is devoid of drugs, but they give you material. You prepare it. In one way, it is good. But another way, if you don't know how to prepare it, you keep on reciting the prescription. So I'll sit like this, take the book, I will say this, and I will start 12th chapter, Dvadashodhyayah, Sri Krishna Uvacha, and then I'll say, start my practice. What practice? A practice here is, I will start to say, Adveshta, Sarva Bhutana, Maitraha, Karuna Evacha, Nirmamo, Nirhankaraha, Samadukka, Sukha, Kshami, Santushtaha, Satatam Yogi, Yatatma, Dhrida Nishchayaha.
Silabati Paramatma, that's what we are saying. He will stick in it.
Yes. So now he gives 40. And he says, these 40, I call it as Dharma. Anything other than this, showcased by anyone, is adharma. So now, how can I be angry with anyone? It starts with the first one. Adveshta sarva bhutanam. All the bhuta become. Whatever has become. You don't have dvesha. Maitri, karuna, mudita, upekka. Second one itself. What Buddha teaches Brahma Vihara in such a elaborated fashion, just a second line. Nirmama, that is Arhat. Nirahankaraha, again Arhat. Samadukka Sukha Kshami. There is no polarities between Sukha and Dukkha. Equanimity. How? I don't know. Do it. Don't ask me. It's a prescription. Produce it, no. Kshami. Kshami is one or kshama. It is forgiveness, is khanti. How do I do khanti? Forbearance. No idea, sir.
Why Sama is not Brahma Vihara? I asked you earlier. Again,
Kshama is not Brahma Vihara because the karuna, what you are talking about, is you are seeing yourself in everyone. You forgive yourself. Already you have forgiven yourself. So there's nothing called you forgive anyone, which is already there in compassion. When you say, I am a very compassionate person, I have already taken care of that. So there can't be another kshama as a fifth one. Okay. Then the Brahma should have got 5 heads instead of 4. See, the Abhasara Brahma realm of existence and even above Mahabrahma existence have 4 heads. And they all have same. And once they are coming down, they lose 2 heads. Equanimity is gone. First head to go out is equanimity. They can't remain equanimous. Because the karma will start to pick up. And mudita. They have only Maitri Karuna. As they start coming down, they have aware, vairi, enemy. I start to see this person is an enemy. And that's what we are doing. When in human world, we see every human being is human being, but still we treat him as an enemy. I want to kill him, yes.
Does this enmity exist in Deva or only in human realm?
In human. That's the reason if you look at one,
Deva.
there's one sutta where there's a fight. Buddha explains about the fight between the Devas and the Asura. Okay, they bind Vepachitti, and Vepachitti is the king of the Asura. So then they bring him to the court of the Tavatimsa. And Vepachitti, for one moment, he feels that Deva are really good. They are righteous. The Asuras are unrighteous. Immediately, all that he had caught is released. And he feels that no, I need to beat this sucker, Indra. Immediately he is again bound. It doesn't take time like it takes time in a human realm because they already purified much beyond human realm. But still there is enmity, yes.
So this Ashura has this ability to turn into a Deva if they give up Abhira.
Exactly, that's what Buddha explains. If he had given up Avera or Vera, it would have been a Deva instantly.
Is that why in some tradition they put Ashura above human, etc.? Because it sounds like human cannot do that, right? So it sounds like Ashura is special in that sense.
Yes, so what happens is they have much better ability because they have purified much beyond a human realm, but they have not purified to the level to go into the Deva realm.
Oh, interesting. Then why in the 31
31 realm it is shown in the fourth rather than in the fifth. Now it's a very good observation. There are 2 reasons for that. One reason is that if you just go by the plain way of how the chitta works, the 4th realm is apaya. What do you mean by apaya? Apaya. Paya means foundation. Apaya is foundationless. So once you are an asura, you literally start losing the foundation, and hence it is shown as below. And the 5th realm is shown as the 4 cardinal kings. Chatu Maharaja is the 5th one. So if you go by that way of seeing, then what is shown is correct. But if you go by the mentality portion of it, like referring to the Vepachitti and Sakka, he loses the bondage. He becomes completely removed of all that they had held him. Yes.
I did not understand why Ashura is lose the foundation. Does it have less foundation than the human would have?
Yes, absolutely. In one sense, yes, because they have enmity. See, in a human being, the enmity is there, but it's not as pronounced as Asura.
I think human has a more opportunity to learn.
See, I'll tell you one thing, Aryu. It becomes conceptual, but nothing we can do about it. Now, what is a Sura? Sura is godly. A Sura is not godly. That's all. Simple. Su is good. A Sura is not good.
Sura means Deva also, no? Because he says
Yeah, that's the
who
reason.
fight.
So, Su is good. Anywhere in Pali literature you find Su. Close your eyes and take it as good. Sukha is from two words. Su akha. Su is good. Akha is an indriya. So that indriya which gives you sukha, that is su, good, is sukha. Du akha is dukkha. So whatever gives you bad thing, meaning it gives you displeasure, is dukkha. Yes.
So I guess a simple way of understanding Ashura versus Deva is that just like gods versus demon, right? Because demon typically have higher ability than human, but they are more impure.
They are
in that
demon
sense.
only. Asura in English is demon.
Yes, yes. So they're I guess they have higher abilities, but they have more avera than the human.
Yes, absolutely. So in human body, a person can be an asura. A human body can have sura. Okay. Now let's understand this. A sura is a person who hates everything in this world. You will find many people of that. And they are very energetic in whatever they are doing. And they are very pursuing. They will pursue it. They will not give up.
Unfortunately, my dad is like that.
Yes. So, fortunate, unfortunate, it's okay. But you can see a sura in that. There are people who are literally, they give themselves up. They don't have an ego. First thing. They don't have ego as a ego of an asura. And they're very kind. Even if they're taken for a ride, they don't feel anything. And the third important quality, they are very compassionate to everyone. They will find why this person did like this rather than blaming that person. Maybe you would have, that poor guy, he was not in that mental state. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, his problem I can understand, but they don't get upset. Yes.
But in this case, this very kind person, he does not understand. When he cannot understand, there's still a frustration, right?
Now, which is going to be there, whether it's a deva or whoever it is, right? That is common. That Patisamutpada is common.
Okay, but that frustration does not equal to Vera.
No,
It's more
where I is
Vyapara.
enemy. I make one person or a group as an enemy.
Okay, so that's a stronger kind of Vyapada because
Yes. So what is a metta sutta starting point? It is not about getting frustrated. Aham avero homi. Avera. It's not about frustration. It's not talking about dvesha.
The do manas dana.
Domanasa is actual frustration. You get frustrated. That mental disagreement is frustration. Yes.
the Domanassa, the underlying factor for Domanassa is the Vyapada, right? It's the great.
Right. So Vyapada as a whole umbrella has what? From anger to frustration, to dissatisfaction, to disengagement, and all kind of dis whatever you want to put.
Vyapar to the situation also can be,
Now,
not
what
the
is
person.
yes? What is the meaning of Vyapada? Pada is steps or legs, basically. You're stepping back. That is called Vyapada.
So even for this compassionate people, let's say they got frustrated in this, if they keep getting frustrated, they're going down and down.
Yes.
If their heart are contracted.
Yes, they are getting contracted. So the objective of Buddha Dhamma is to elevate you to the Brahma realm, because that is from where you have come. Right. So now what you should have? You should have Maitri, Karuna, Mudita, Upekha. That is what even Bhagavad Gita says. Right. In the Buddha Dhamma, he teaches how to do it. In here, you have a prescription. That's the only difference. Yes.
I guess I have a general question. So Buddha Dhamma wants you to exit out of this 31 realm, right? So I guess it doesn't specifically tell you to go up first and then out, right? But I guess in practically speaking, you will have to go up and then out. You cannot just go out.
No, you are misunderstood. It teaches you how to go up. Even in the Mahavedala Sutta, it is there. Even in the Chula Vedala Sutta, it is there. And the best sutta to see how to go up is Uposatta Sutta. Anguttara Nikaya 3.70. If you read, you don't have to do anything. Just practice as indicated in Uposatta Sutta.
So once you're up and then you're content, then that allows the opportunity for you to go out.
Exactly. So Buddha doesn't say that, you know what, you only practice for up. He says, appamadena sampadeta. Don't stop saying that, I am done. You're still a sekha. No. You keep on practicing, failing which, even in the Satipatthana Sutta, what he says, failing which, I promise, he is an anagami. Failing which, I say he is a sakadagami. Failing which, he is a sotapanna. And below that is not there. So what Buddha has done is that he has stopped going into the paya. Paya is foundation. Foundationlessness is removed. Yes, go ahead.
But I guess this changed my model because I used to think Buddha Dhamma is less about this vertical, but it's going out of this
Yeah,
vertical.
because that time we discussed, I recall it back that from Deva we cannot take Nibbana. You have to come back to human and then practice.
Yeah.
In that context, I think.
Yeah, it is there. It is there even in the Uposatta Sutta. See, the problem, Ariyu, is like this. Unless it touches you completely into the heart, that day you will not forget even one single sutta or the discussion what you would have had. It just comes back.
Yeah.
It comes at a very rapid pace. Anyway, so don't worry, don't get too much hooked onto it. But what?
It's okay. Yeah, I guess I can understand Nibbana as the 32nd realm of existence.
Don't put that. The mind will stick to that.
31 are this and Nibbana is this.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
See, Ariyu, first and foremost for all of us, you, me, everyone, our practice should be first to reach the 31st realm. Not about 32nd. Otherwise, we'll be conceptualizing it, and concept is a misery. It's a dart. It's a gandha, salla, all that, whatever he speaks. No conceptualizing. We already have so much of perception. Why add another perception to that? Our life is filled with perceptions.
I think it will be very easy if you are 31. If you are on 31st spring right now, and just by someone tells you it is anicca, dukkha, anatta, and you become nibbana.
So first, let's really for ourselves see 31 realms. See for yourself. You should know, this is 31, this is 30, this is 29, this is 28, this is 27, this is 26, 25, 20, and you should be able to go there at will. Then you have achieved. Then we have this, we can say, I know I've seen, just like I go to New York, I've seen New York 4 times. Yeah, forget it. I don't like New York now. Let's go to Florida.
So I should also be locally like.
Yes. So then I've seen New York. Okay, let's go to. I've seen Times Square so many times. No, Harry, you don't. We'll not waste our time there. So let's go to California. I've seen California a lot. The grape gardens and all that. Yosemite National Park and this that. I've seen Los Angeles. I've seen San Francisco. I've seen Bay Area. I've seen San Jose. I've seen everything. Oh, we'll ask, you've seen everything, so where should I take you? Nowhere. That is Nibbana.
I feel like going up as a goal is easier because it almost feel to me it felt easier because it's less aversion based because you can just go up and that sounds easier.
But it is riskier. Riskier.
No, Aryu, technically speaking, logically speaking, what you're saying makes sense. Practically speaking, going up, going down are the same. You have to struggle to go down as much as you have to struggle to go up. And you can't staying in the same place also.
Yeah, I guess it's the same from my perspective of practicing Dhamma. If my goal is to elevate in the upward, and that's more positive, motivated.
No, that's what I'm telling you. Don't keep these polarities. I'm telling you, Aryu, you are creating polarities. You are saying down is bad because there is suffering, and up is no suffering. Suffering is everywhere. Every jhana is a suffering.
So that context, that perspective, you cannot lose when you're in Buddha Dhamma. So that's the main difference.
Yes. Yes. Otherwise, you tend to feel, somebody gives me a nice massage. But why do you need a massage, my dear friend? Why? Because you're tired. Now the question nobody asks, why am I tired? Because I'm in samsara. Did anybody ask that? No. So that's the reason you see his words, appamadena sampadeta, and you put it as your tagline. Should you now dream of only, let me go up, it's very easy for me. No. See, you're already up. If you see India with so much of population, and the place where you're staying, or wherever you want to go, like in Hawaii Island, not much population, you can stay there. Who cares? And you can have best of your sights, best of your sound, best of your taste, best of your touch, best of your smell. That's what it is. Since you're coming here, you will be seeing those things which you don't want to see, but you have to see. Your wife has said, why don't you take a prick and go? If you are not coming here, why a prick was required? Isn't it a pain? Yes, it is a pain. And why should you fly for 16.5 hours? Which idiot told you? Take the pain. Right? And you're coming from the higher to the lower.
This station has a different elevator to the 31st floor and 32nd floor.
Whatever it is. So what I'm trying to say is that let's not compartmentalize. This problem with humans and also with all beings is perception. That's the reason yesterday we had such a discussion on asanya sanni and ending with vibhuta sanni. Na sanya sanni, sanna sanni. So we should be very careful. It is creating a literal perception for you that up is beautiful, down is not. Understanding that is good, but it creates perception. Once it creates perception, you start feeling it. Once you start feeling it, you're feeding onto it. So then the papancha sanya sankha is going to happen. Yes.
Yeah, to me, it feels like how this Mind Illuminated book talks about meditation. That you have to first cultivate joy and contentment and all that.
Agreed. That is samatha. See, that is samatha. The reason why this book was recommended by Sachin is that you were having lot of restlessness. So the samatha practice is good for getting rid of restlessness, but that's just one portion of it. You shouldn't take the Chuladasa's book to be very serious. That's completion. No, it has no vipassana at all. So you are not supposed to stay in that station forever. You're supposed to.
That will help you in vipassana.
It is
Yes.
like you calm your mind and say that, come on, take it cool. No. Cool man, it's okay.
Understanding anicca, dukkha, anatta now and understanding anicca, dukkha, anatta in 4th jhana, 7th jhana, 6th jhana, 8th jhana is huge difference.
Yes. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's a good book. No, don't throw it away. Also.
Yeah. No, yeah. I think Vipassana is like the left wing, right? Samatha is my right wing. I used to
So whatever
use
you wing,
left
no wing, or whatever you, again, don't compartmentalize. Stop compartmentalizing. If you compartmentalize, you land yourself in trouble. Nothing like compartmentalization. I'm now at present not in a state to investigate. Okay, let me calm the senses. Now I'm in a position to contemplate or investigate. Start vipassana. And then I come into anupasana. The whole idea is anupasana, not even vipassana.
Even I do daily 2 hour sitting meditation as suggested by Goyal also. And in some time, we have tricks to also do. Like for example, if I'm very much agitated, I even drop anapan. I do pranayam. I focus on forceful breathing to the extent that I want to calm down. At that time, forget about samatha also. I force myself into body by doing the heavy breathing.
And
So it's situational.
correct. And you remember what he's saying is right. Even at Mokkallana level, Buddha was saying that if you're feeling sleepy, do this. If that is not working, do this. If that is not working, do this. Same way we have to do. Okay, I need to end this because there is one person who is going to call me at 10. I told him 9:30 we were done. You can call me at 10, and now it's almost just 4 more minutes away. Okay, so we had a good discussion. Monday, I doubt whether we'll be able to take what Anusha is asking. So we'll finish this and come to that. Or try to club both.
Are we meeting tomorrow or no?
We can meet. I'm okay.
No, I don't have to. My son will be with me for a few days, so it's not.
So
super
then what we
convenient.
can do is we can plan at 10 o'clock if you're okay. 10 India time, which will be 10:30 for you. Oh, sorry,
No, 9:30. 9:30 is good.
it's good for you? Okay, done. So we will meet tomorrow and then conclude this, what we are talking.
Okay.
All right, bye-bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.